Hey guys, welcome to Publitio's tutorial about PHP file upload in normal way and how to upload how to upload files with Publitio API. So in short, Publitio provides video and image APIs. It's built for developers and technically, what we provide is easy way to upload, store, convert, transcode, and deliver your image and video content to final users. And we would like to create a tutorial about how the process goes for uploading the PHP file in ordinary or normal way, and how it works by using Publitio's APIs, and what are the benefits and upsides and downsides of normal upload. So you probably ended up on this page, so PHP file upload with Publitio, and there are a few steps that we are going to go through. One of the steps is creating the upload script. So we are going to use index HTML file. The difference between this file and different file to use Publitio API is you're going to use different name of the file for uploading. So upload.php is going to be different for uploading without Publitio API and with Publitio API. We are going to go through steps how to set up localhost, the XAMPP. XAMPP is one of the most used services for creating local server. We are going to use it to deploy our server that can be accessed through localhost / project name. We're going to run the services MySQL, PHP, and Apache. We're going to enable the localhost access through 8080 port, and we're going to have the landing page, and we're going to have a simple upload form with PHP code that is going to upload the file to the server. We'll also need to chmod to provide write function to be able to upload the file into the folder. And we're going to show you how to use Publitio API that technically goes in one line of code that's going to upload the file and return the information, how it was stored. And Publitio API is going to return you the JSON response. If you want to learn a little bit more about Publitio API, you can visit our documentation and see all the options for video and image management. And one important thing, we support formats for images and for videos. More formats will come into the future, and at this moment we support a few SDKs. Android and iOS will be live by the end of this video. Also WordPress is available, PHP, JS, Node, jQuery, and Python. Also curl is available, and there are a few interesting things that you can do with the API. You can create different types of versions of the files. You can convert them and resize. The best way to check that, what API can do, is URL-based transformations, but we'll get to them when we are done. So in order to start our tutorial, please visit Publitio samples. It's on Bitbucket, and the link will be available in the blog. Also, the link will be available in the description of this video. So at the end of the account, you can see here is the sample upload project. You can visit it, and you can clone this project into your development folder. Now, the easiest way is to use the source tree, and you can click clone. You can click clone in the source tree. It will fire up the program, and you can pick where you can clone it. Now I already have it, so I won't be doing that. but you can just click open and you'll have access to it. Now the second step is going to download the XAMPP. You will find the link to download XAMPP inside of the blog post. You need to download either for Windows, Mac, or Linux, depending on which service operating system you're using. And after you have downloaded it, you need to start it. The XAMPP will look like this. You need to click the start. It will take some time for XAMPP to start service, and it will provide you localhost IP address. After that, you need to go to the service tab and you need to click start all. So it will start additional web services like MySQL and Apache that will be needed to run the PHP server on your local machine. Then you will need to go to network. You will need to enable the 80 port for localhost. And one additional thing that is going to be needed on Mac, I don't know if this is needed on Windows, but on Mac we need it. So I need to mount my drive. So when I go to Explore, okay, yeah, now I have access to it. Let me see. Yeah, so it will open a folder where the XAMPP is. You will need to find the htdocs folder, and you will need to copy downloaded file in here. So as you see, Publitio PHP upload. This is my folder, and I have linked it here also. So we're going to have an index.html file. So we're going to open this index.html file in editor. We're using the Sublime. So I'm going to open it, and as you can see, it's very simple code. PHP file upload with Publitio, upload PHP. In order to access it, I need to go to localhost Publitio PHP with upload, and I'm going to have access to it. If you go to check view source, you're going to see that information. Now, the different thing with what we need to change is upload.php, since we are using two different types. As you can see, we have upload.php that is going to use Publitio API keys, and we have upload without Publitio API that is going to use an ordinary way. So let's get into the upload without Publitio. So this is the main folder that we're going to upload the files. If you need to enable writing permissions, you will need to check out this to appropriate writing privileges. The errors code stores all possible errors that we can receive after the upload. The PHP is going to respond. These are the extensions that we are currently allowing to be uploaded. So if we want to provide additional format like WebP, for example, we can just add it, and this is going to be checked when we are uploading. And if we try to upload the PSD file, it's going to deny the upload and is going to return the error. The file name goes simple, so it's going to have the file, myfile.name. The file size is going to be checked whether the file is larger than 2 megabytes. You can increase this by adding additional zeros. So if we add just 1 0, it's going to be 20 megabytes. Depending on the server, there might be the limit, so you will need to increase that limit by going into the PHP ini file. The file temp name is going to be temporary name of the file that we're uploading. The file type is going to be whether it's image or video. File extension is going to pick up with which extension is. And upload path is going to be current directory where we are, plus upload appending upload directory plus base file name, which technically would be localhost / Publitio upload with PHP / upload / base name of the file. And we have a simple post function that calls submit. It's going to check which extension we are using, if it's allowed or it's not. It's going to check the size of the file. Is it equal to 2 megabytes or it's a bigger one? If it's bigger, it's going to deploy the error. We added one more zero, so it's going to be 20 megabytes. I'm going to remove it. And if there are no errors and did upload to temp file, move upload file, file with temporary name to upload path. And if did upload the file, show us the name of the file that has been uploaded. And if there was an error, it's going to let us know, and it's going to say try to contact admin. So in a nutshell, this is the upload script, and in order to work, I'm going to change this to this. So upload without Publitio API. If we go to uploads folder, it's going to be empty. And when we go to our localhost, we're going to select the file to upload. I'm going to use some image from my screen. Let's upload Publitio image, and I'm going to click upload. The file Publitio logo 600x.png has been uploaded, and if we go into the upload folder, we can see it there. So this is the sample script that you can use for uploading to server. Of course, you can add additional information by adding a file location and ID directly to MySQL database and accessing to it, but that's a little bit more advanced, and I won't be going into it in this tutorial. Maybe in the future I'll go into it. Now, if we want to use Publitio API, what's the difference? The main difference is that you don't need a local host, you don't need to have a server on which the website is going to be deployed. You don't need to think about the scaling if 10,000 people come to your website and start viewing your images or videos, and you don't have to think how to handle all those visits. Publitio is going to optimize all those images that you're showing to final users, so it's going to speed up, and technically we're providing you a backend for image and video storage and processing. So let's go into upload PHP. What we're going to need to do is we're going to need to include Publitio API.php. You can find it in the folder. So Publitio API.php. It has to be on top of the file. You'll need to provide Publitio API with this function new Publitio API, and you will need to enter your secret API key and secret API key. There is a reason why I'm hiding it, because I want it to be abused on my own account. And technically you provide the same functions that have been used in previous upload. The only difference is if there are no errors, we're going to do execute response equal Publitio API upload file with file type name, and the function file is going to be sent to our server. And let me get into it. So I have saved this file. Let me go back to the main screen, and I'm going to go into the dashboard of Publitio. Inside of the dashboard, you have API key and API secret key. You will need to copy paste them in your code. Of course, please don't use this as copy paste. You need to secure these keys, so in order for somebody not to steal them. Now let's go into the files. As we can see, I have multiple files, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to upload a new file now. Let me go back to upload screen, and we're going to select Publitio. Let me select 300x300 image, and we're going to click upload. And as you can see, we have received a response that file has been uploaded. The ID of the file is NL9 and the rest of it. So if I go to the files and I refresh this page, as you can see, now my file is available here. And if I want to open it, I can check this link, and when I go to it, it's going to be uploaded. Now, if you want to do some additional transformation, for example, you want this to be JPEG, you can change it, and the server is automatically going to edit it. If you want to make changes based on width, you can add like this, 400 width, and it's going to automatically resize the image. So this is the power of Publitio API and URL-based transformations. So any file that has been uploaded is going to be here, and if you go to the versions and select that ID, you can now see that I have a version of the file with an ID that is with 450. And if I go and change these to PNG, for example, when I refresh the page with file versions, you're going to see now we have extension with width 450, and it's PNG file. If you want, you can delete the versions. They are created on the fly by our system, and if you go to the file, you can embed it into the website. This is the image source. You just copy it and copy paste it into the blog post or wherever you want to put it. And if you want to embed the player, so this is player HTML, it's going to convert image into the video file, but that's for future explanations. So thank you for watching the video. I hope that we have given a little bit more information how to use Publitio to upload video and image type of the content. Now, the most important thing is if you have been using video as an example, our service is going to convert it. You also have access to change the quality of the video, resizing, cropping, and whatever you want to do that we support. So please like, share, and sign up to Publitio. And have fun creating amazing products or projects with Publitio. All the best. Thank you.